What is up, my party people? We are back at it again with another sketchbook drawing video. Today we are doing some Spider-Man pages. This was actually my second attempt at recording these pages today. I did 2 more pages earlier in the day and I recorded the video wrong. So those pages, they were pretty good, I can't lie. There's just some fabric studies and life drawing studies. But, you know, when I had to redo the video, I was like, you know what? I should draw Spider-Man because I feel like it. You know, just watched the new movie, thought it was pretty good. Won't spoil anything, won't say much about it, but good movie. Was a good time. Spider-Man, cool character, awesome stuff. Definitely a good one to study and practice. I feel like out of any character that has ever existed, Spider-Man might be the most dynamic character. Like his poses in general, people just love pushing all of his poses and whatnot. So I feel like if you want to practice exaggerated motions and very exciting action and stuff, just draw Spider-Man a bunch because it's insane how much people push these poses. Most of these drawings I was just, you know, looking at reference and just imitating basically, because that's the most important thing to do. Sketchbook practices are not supposed to be anything crazy. You're just supposed to work on what you need to work on, and I am just trying to work on my anatomy and poses and characters and staying on model and all that stuff. So the more that I do that, the better I get. This sketchbook, I have only used pencil on 1 page so far, which I'm really proud of. So I'm going to try to see if I can do this whole sketchbook in just ballpoint pen and Tombow pens, because one, the vibes are immaculate. When you're just drawing in pen, it high-key looks like you're a genius. I'm basically a human photocopier at this point. When you're using just pen, you know, you have basically no room for mistake. I don't use whiteout or anything either, so if I do make a mistake, I just cover it up, and it really forces you to get things right and really be observant while you're drawing, and I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes you can forget about things when you're practicing and you're just using pencil and you're sketching and, you know, you're drawing from reference and stuff, and you make a million mistakes and you just erase. If you're forced to just work in pen, you know, you really have to think about your placement and things like that, and that's where all the anatomy and studies really come in handy, because, you know, sometimes I'll be trying to put one of the references I'm looking at onto my page and then I realize it doesn't quite fit, so I have to tweak it slightly, and, you know, and understanding how those forms work and all that anatomy stuff comes together is really good and allows you to kind of tweak the poses, which is kind of the end destination for all of this, right? You copy, and then you start iterating and changing your copies, and then that's how you create your original work, right? So right now I'm still, I think, about 19 pages into this sketchbook, so we're definitely still in the copying phase. Everything I'm doing is basically coming from reference, you know, not a lot of originality coming out here, but it's okay, because once we push past, I think, the halfway mark, once I get to page like 30, which that's double-sided, so it'll be around 60 pages into the sketchbook, I think I'll be at the point where I'll be comfortable enough to really start ideating and flowing and coming up with my own stuff, and hopefully being able to just draw my own poses, right? A good test for that will be drawing in pencil and then layering it over, because trying to go right into the pen off of that is not the best move, but I get so used to drawing in pen, sometimes I forget about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I was really happy with the way these pages came out. I think they're super fun. The poses are very expressive, which is always good. I mean, as I was saying earlier, that this character is just insane. People pose him in the craziest ways, and, you know, it just gets super fun. So it's Spider-Man. It's a great character. He's fun. He's awesome. Oh, another thing I really like to focus on whenever I'm drawing Spider-Man is the webbing. I try to emulate the spaghetti webbing of Todd McFarlane. I find that very fun and expressive. So, you know, just messing around with that, and I use it as kind of an accent where I can't fit any more character drawings in. I'll just draw little web shooter strands, you know, kind of all around. So that's always super fun. Love doing that sort of stuff. And then also, you know, it was really cool to see comic book superheroes and stuff has very precise anatomy. Like, everything is done with intention, which is also a great reference and a great thing to do in tandem with all of these anatomy studies I've been doing the last couple weeks, because it allows you to see in practice where all that anatomy is placed and how it is being put on the characters and how it's being used to tell a story. So it's really fun and really just good practice, which, you know, I love doing. I'm all about that practice. I highly encourage all you guys to keep up with a sketchbook practice of your own. You know, draw whatever you want. I know in the past I've done a lot of stuff that's, you know, just kind of like drawing things for other people and stuff like that, but sometimes you got to step back and you got to do a sketchbook for yourself. And I find that whenever I'm doing a sketchbook for myself, I can fill it with so much stuff and fill the pages to the brim, and that is where I'm having the most fun. And when you're doing a sketchbook, if you ever find that you're struggling to fill up the whole page to its entirety, I know this was something that I really struggled with when I was first getting into art back in like middle school and stuff, is I would get this really big sketchbook. I'm talking like 17 by like 20 sketchbook, and I would just draw one little drawing right in the center, and that would be it. And it was actually when I was doing portfolio reviews for college applications that one of the ladies, I think it was from RISD, told me to fill up the whole page. And, I was like, yeah, sure, I don't really want to do that. And it probably took me 4 years to actually, realize that, oh, wait, all of this space deserves to be used. Like sometimes you forget as an artist that all of the paper and material you used, there's a cost to all of that. So maximizing your space on every single page is super important, not only for your practice, but also for the environment as well. So that's why I always try to focus on really filling up my whole pages when I'm doing my sketchbook stuff, because they are super important and they deserve to be filled. That art deserves to be shown. That is going to be everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little speed sketch here of some Spider-Man drawings. I had a lot of fun with these, and if you like them, drop a like, do all the things, subscribe, that'd be really cool. I post kind of daily shorts about the sketchbook pages and stuff, so you can see everything I'm doing there. And then sometimes I do these longer videos where I just kind of blab about what I'm doing and what's going on. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.